everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make these adorable boho crochet bracelets. You can make these in any size you want. You can make them longer so they are a necklace or a choker or an anklet, and they're all adjustable so they're really easy to just slide on and off. The materials needed to make the bracelets are a very small amount of lace weight crochet cotton yarn. I'm using super mercerized. I highly recommend using a mercerized because it will not fray. As you can see, I have worn these in the water and they are not fraying at all. They are very much intact and it's very durable. You're also going to need a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, some scissors, and then you're going to need some of these big eye beading needles. I found these at Hobby Lobby. And then you're gonna want about 20 to 25 beads depending on the size of your bracelet. And of course you'll need a yarn needle for weaving in those ends. So to get started, you're going to take your beading needle and you're going to open it up just like this. And then take your yarn and just feed your yarn right through there. And then you're going to start putting on all of your beads onto your yarn first. That is the first thing you do because as you're crocheting, you'll slide the beads down. I'm just gonna start putting the beads on here. I'm going to go like that, and then you just slide it right on to your yarn. I found these on Amazon, I believe, and they already had the hole in them. I love adding the shells. So go ahead and put on all of your beads and then I'll meet you right back here. All right, I have all of my beads on here now, so I'm going to remove my big eye beading needle. And now we're going to start crocheting. So take your crochet hook, and everybody's going to start the same no matter what size you're making. So go ahead and start with a slip knot. And you're going to start by chaining 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're going to place 1 double crochet in that first chain that you made. Okay, now you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to turn your work, turn that whole piece over. You're going to skip 2, so 1, 2, and then you're going to place a double crochet in that next chain. Okay. Now you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn your work. Skip 2, double crochet into that next chain. So we're essentially building our blocks right now. And this is where you're going to just repeat until you have the length that you want. So what I did for my bracelets that I'm wearing is I made 9 blocks all together, or I call them square spaces. So I recommend 8 or 9. And for a child size, you only need maybe about 5. So I'm going to go ahead and do 8 on this one. 1, 2, 3. And in order to make them, remember it's chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn your work. Skip 2, double crochet in the next chain. All right, so I'm going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn your work. Skip 2, double crochet in the next chain. So just keep repeating that. Chain 5, turn your work, skip 2, double crochet in the next. Very, very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to make 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, keep in mind when you're trying to figure out the sizing for this, you don't want this to wrap around your whole wrist as you're making it. This is going to just be wrapped around maybe from here to here, because then we have to make the tie part. So it will be enough space for that on each side, and then for the strands. Here I have 8 square spaces on mine. If I'm going to put it here, I'm seeing that it's covering the front of my wrist and wrapping out just a little bit on each side, and that is what you want. Now, once you've reached the length that you want, you're going to start from here by chaining 1. And then in the side of this square here, you're going to place 1 single crochet, chain 3. You're going to insert your hook into that same space, pull up a loop as if you're going to make a single crochet. But before you complete your single crochet, you're going to slide on 1 bead. So you're going to slide the bead in place. And then you're just going to finish off that single crochet by yarning over and pulling through those 2 loops. So you'll see now our bead is in place right behind it. Now you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And in the next square space, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop like you're going to do a single crochet. But before you finish that off, you're going to pull on 1 or 2 beads. I'm just going to pull on 1. And then you finish your single crochet stitch. And you can see on the other side, we have our other next bead. We're going to continue doing that. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Insert your hook, pull on your bead or your shell, and then finish off your stitch. So go ahead and finish the end of the row, but stop here and I'll meet you over here. Okay, I've made it to the end of that row. I placed my last bead into that last square. Now we're going to turn our work and place 3 single crochet along the end of that square space. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to turn your work again, where you are now going to work along the other side of your bracelet. So from here, you're going to chain 3. You're going to insert your hook into that same space, pull up a loop, and you're going to start with your beads again. There we go. Okay. And what we did on the other side is what we're going to do here. So just continue chaining 3, inserting your hook into the next square space, pulling up a loop, adding your bead, completing your single crochet, chain 3, next chain space. You can add more than 1 bead or shell. This one I'm going to do a shell and a bead. You just put it in place and then same thing, finish your single crochet. So if I turn this around, you'll be able to see where I have the beads. It's looking really cute. So you guys go ahead and finish for each square, and I'll meet you back over at where we started. All right, so I've reached the other end and I put in my last bead, and now I'm going to place 3 single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to end by joining with a slip stitch to that first single crochet. Finish off your yarn. Okay, the hardest part is done. We're gonna weave in our ends now. And just weave them in. Now with the right side facing you, which is the side with your beads, you're going to take your crochet hook, and on either side you're going to start where we put the 3 single crochets. So on the right hand side of those 3, I'm going to join my yarn. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to place 1 single crochet in that same stitch. 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And 1 single crochet in that next stitch. Chain 1 and turn. 1 single crochet in each stitch across, so just 3 single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 and turn. Now you're going to single crochet 2 together, so insert your hook into that first stitch, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. And then you're going to slip stitch into that next stitch, like that. Chain 1, turn. You're going to single crochet 2 together. One of those will be into that slip stitch, and then the next one will be into that single crochet. And finish it off. Now here we're just going to make a chain of, I would say about 16 to 18, but that's your personal preference. I like these kind of long. These are 18. I think I'll do these for 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then you're going to finish off your yarn. So we have our strap here. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So insert your hook, find those 3 single crochets, and just repeat what we did on the other side. So chain 1, 1 single crochet into that same stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and 1 single crochet into that next stitch. Chain 1, turn, 1 single crochet in each stitch across. That gives you 3 single crochet. Chain 1, turn. You're going to single crochet 2 together, and then slip stitch into that next stitch. Chain 1, turn, single crochet 2 together, and now chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and finish off your yarn. So right now, go ahead and weave in these 2 ends. Okay, so I have a couple of these. It's a bead. I thought that it would work really well as my adjuster on my bracelet. So you can find any of these at your local craft store, this kind of bead, or if you want, you can use any other kind. You can use a large pearl. I have tons of beads in my collection, but you don't have to find anything specific like this. You can use any kind of bead that has a large enough hole to fit 2 strands of yarn through. So how we're going to do this, no matter what you're using, just make sure it's a little bit of a larger hole. You can use your beading needle to do this if you need, but the yarn needle that I have is actually big enough to fit through this hole, so it should work. So you're going to take your yarn and you're going to put it on your needle, and you're going to put it through your bead, just like that. Okay, just one side. Lay it down so we don't get confused. Grab your other side. Put it on your needle. And then you're going to take that same bead, and then from the opposite direction, going to insert the other end. That way you can see how it's going to tighten. So go ahead and pull through. Again, this is big enough, and you want it to not be loose. Like this, it's adjustable, but it's not going to slip and loosen up. So now, for these, what I've been doing is just making a knot and then weaving in my ends. So for one end, I just tie a little knot at the end. Okay, tighten it just like that. And then I take my yarn and I just kind of weave it through that knot I just made, just to tighten it a little more. So that's one. And then same thing on the other. Okay, and there we have our completed bracelet. So I can open it up a little bit, slide it on my wrist, and then tighten it easily, just like that. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. I have many more projects to share with you guys. Also, you can find me and tag me on Instagram at Hands of Zeal. And also, I have a lot of patterns for sale on my Etsy shop. Also, search for Hands of Zeal. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.